Assembling a band of hunters is a super fun part of Moonstone. We call this group of characters a troupe, and in this video I'll be taking you through the process to assemble your first one. In addition to this video, there's a really helpful troop building guide on the Moonstone website, and I'll put a link down below so you can easily find it. I'm starting to put together a new troop of my own, and I'm going to base it all around the gnomes. So later on in the video, I'll show you which models I'll be using and be doing some unboxing videos as we work further into the series. To start with though, the first thing we'll need to do will be to choose our game size. And you'll need 4 models for each player for a beginner game. A great place to start is with the starter sets. There's 2 available and each one will contain 8 miniatures. That gives you enough for 2 players to get started right away with a fantastic selection. I've already covered both of these starter sets with full unboxings if you'd like to check them out. Once you've moved on from the beginner games, you're going to want to go for what they call a fast game, and for this you're going to need 5 models. And then for a full size game, you'll be looking to have a total of 6 models per player. Having 6 models each on the table is awesome fun. Now it's time to choose a faction, and in Moonstone there are now currently 4 factions to choose from. First of all is the Commonwealth, and the Commonwealth will have the yellow sun symbol. Then there's Dominion with the blue moon symbol, Les Chevalts with the green stag skull symbol, and finally Shades with the grey warrior's skull symbol. Now you've chosen a faction, you need to select the characters for your troop, and they must all belong to that same chosen faction. The faction's going to be determined by the symbol in the top right of your card. So when you look on your character cards, you'll find it at the top right. Some character cards have a mix symbol, and this means that the model with a mix symbol can be recruited by either faction that the symbol represents. In this example, you can see Dim and Dimmer has the Commonwealth and the Dominion symbols, so you can play Dim and Dimmer in both of those factions. And that's all there is to it to assemble your first troop of characters. Now there's a lot more to it as you want to start thinking about which characters you're going to include, and the team at Goblin King Games recommend that you include at least 1 healer. With a healer, your troop will be able to keep its key models alive and topped off with enough wounds to let them generate all the energy they need during the game. One of the best things about Moonstone is the huge variety of characters, and each one of them are unique, bringing different abilities to the table. And I really like to build my troop around perhaps 1 or 2 of these characters. As the game is heavily narrative driven, Agatha and Drunk Fritz just work so well together. The storylines are so fun to read through, and when you can bring them alive on the tabletop with characters like that, it's great fun. And also, Drunk Fritz is pretty chaotic, and so when you combine him with, say, a character like Dim and Dimmer here, things get even more crazy, and that's the kind of play that I really like. I really like playing snipers in any tabletop skirmish game, so I'm going to include Flintlock as often as possible. Now this is not a tactical troop, and if you want to play tactically, you're going to really enjoy going through all the different characters and their abilities, but for me, this is a fun way to approach it. Now let's talk about gnomes, and I'm going to be putting together a gnome troop. So I really like the look of Rune Fated. This is the box that stood out to me. Again, I'm character driven, and I want to create little stories around my troops as well, and I thought with these 3 characters, they've got a lot to offer. So that's where I'm going to begin, and I'm going to have 3 models there. Now we had 4 for a beginner game, 5 for a fast game, and 6 for a full game. So with one other box, Outlanders here is a great example. We're going to get all miniatures that we need. We're going to get 6 in total, so we can play full games of Moonstone now. But I want to mix things up and keep it interesting, so I thought, as well as the gnomes, why not throw in a giant? So with Brunhild, I got an extra fun model that I think will work nicely, and all 3 of these box sets belong to the same faction, the Commonwealth. The team at Goblin King Games have designed each box set where the characters will really sync and work well together, so you know that each box of 3 is going to be a great combination. And then it's just a case of mixing it up and adding other ones that you think will work well or will just be fun to play. For example, you could include Dim and Dimmer here if you wanted to as a giant, and because he's got the 2 faction symbols, we know we can include him in Commonwealth. So that's a really simple way to approach Moonstone and putting together a troupe. Pick a box that you like, have a look for some of the other miniatures that will work alongside them with the same faction rune mark, and you're good to go. The starter sets are just a fantastic way to get started. Life and Death Struggle has got some of the best miniatures in. It's got two different factions. We've got Shades and Les Chevaux, and Shades are the most recent one. And then again, if you want to start increasing your model count and going from beginner games to fast games and full games, then you can start adding some of these extra box sets of the larger characters, different giants, and even look at sets that are going to have 3 characters in them. The great thing about these 4 different factions is that you're covered for no matter what you like. For example, with Dominion here, you can go down a crazy goblin pirate route with Booty's Bilge. These are brilliant miniatures, so much character, and I'll tell you what, Moonstone is just a really fun set of miniatures to paint too. For something like Booty's Bilge, you could add Bristlenose. This would be a really good giant to include in there, but there's tons of others, and you can play them with the miniatures that are included in the first starter set as well, as that comes with 4 of the goblins from the Dominion faction. You'll soon start building up a great collection through all the different factions, and then you can add more characters, mix them up, try different combinations, and see which works for your style of play and how you approach the game. I've still got lots of miniatures to introduce to you through unboxings, loads more painting videos to come, but hopefully if you like the look of these, you'll go and check out some of the videos that are already on the channel where I go through how they play, the different character cards, unboxing and painting videos. It's fun to play the different factions to find which you like the best, but when you do settle on one, it's good to up your game a little bit and add some of the custom tokens that Moonstone have developed. And I've done a video covering some of those already, and we've got lots more to come. I hope this video has been helpful, but if you head over to the Moonstone website, you can have a look at their article where they go through how to create a troupe and also give you some nice tips and a little bit more detail about some of the characters and the different types that you can cross over. There's also a troupe building example, mixed fairy firefight list, and this is going to give you a really good insight from one of Goblin King Games' team, and that's going to show you some of their decisions that they made when putting together the different characters. There's loads more videos as part of this Moonstone series, so check out the unboxing of the newest starter set, and I've been working through the videos, getting them painted, including Jada and the Jackalope. They're both from the Les Chevaux faction, but we've also got Shades in there with some great miniatures, including Greymare, one of my favourites ever, and so I've been doing lots of videos getting those painted, some of the bigger models too, and then I've done some videos looking at how we can expand on that starter set with sets like the Shady Bunch, Boris, and looking towards some of the other characters that could be included. And one of the most recent unboxings I've done was for Nanny. That's for the Shades faction. Another fantastic model inspired by Count Duckula cartoon series. I think that's just awesome. I love that the creators were inspired by that. I've also done loads of other videos for some of the models like Dim and Dimmer, how to paint him. He's one of my favourite characters out of any game. I love playing him. And then there's some other really good models that have been unboxed, showing you different abilities and giving you a really good idea of what can be achieved in the game. If you want to learn how to play, I've done a full How to Play Moonstone series as well. Thanks so much for watching. I hope the video has been helpful, and I hope you've been enjoying the Moonstone series. Let me know what you think in the comments. But for now, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games.